Hello viewer, welcome back to more Let's Play Demonheart. Now we just finished up chapter 1 in the previous episode, and boy is it a train wreck. So much nonsense has happened. But maybe things will get better, things might change, it might look better for Bright. But on to chapter 2, Reverie. The light of day is blindingly beautiful. A familiar-looking forest unfolds before us. I inhale the fresh air and feel alive once again.
Nice forests here in the north.
We're still far away from the real north, but yeah, it is. Ow! Rose stabs me in the forearm? What the hell, man? I thought we were friends! I thought we were good buddies! You crazy bitch! What the hell's wrong with you? Her dagger has gone well into my flesh. There's a small river of blood when she takes it out. I grip my hurting hand tightly in an attempt to stop the bleeding. I'm sorry. She smiles as if she weren't trying to bleed me to death.
Let's see how quickly you heal.
Did you get me out only so you could kill me? Darling, you regenerate. Killing you would not be so easy. Let me see. She takes my arm and pushes my other hand off it. Almost there? Amazing! Indeed, my bleeding seems to have stopped. I could not have done this by simply holding my arm tightly. Yes, my head apparently grew back after they cut it off. Are you going to slaughter me just to check it out? Douche. No, I simply had to check that your lord gave me the right person.
Here, take the knife. You'll need some weapons for your journey.
Thank you, I guess? Shall we depart then? You're needed pretty urgently, you know. People are dying out there, and so on and so forth. And so on? Is that how much you care about all this? You hear too much about the hardships of war when you're in my position. Don't you commoners hear the same? Besides, this war is exceptionally boring because they aren't even fighting against other humans, but a bunch of wolves.
Are you getting excited over meeting my friends from the Scarswell Council?
Scarswell Council? What's that? It's a circle of Lord Mace's closest associates, including the knights, advisors, agents, and other experts. We all have each other's backs, so you better treat my friends with respect. What friends? Oh, they are sweetlings. Jarlon and Brash, I'm sure you'll get to know them. Yeah, unfortunately we will. By the way, everyone from here in Scarswell has heard that you and the commander were supposed to get married. Can't believe that pig is bragging about it. He seems rather distressed by his job. Bragging about your relationship to the recruits is like a small break from his duties. Why would he say that? I mean, he's engaged to that Flora girl now. Why isn't he bragging, hey, I'm marrying this chick? Ooh. Jeez, Mark, you're an idiot. Anyway, I'm surprised that sorry thing is into girls at all.
But we've lost those lads enough time. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go and maybe kick Mark's ass, I don't know, for saying stupid shit like this. We cross the King's Road, the one that goes north to Crows and south to Scarswell. The road we are taking is narrow and old, perhaps older than the kingdom of Shermire itself. The Golden Forest is beautiful and not so far away from my hometown. I've been here before. There used to be expeditions to the nearby ruins, and this all looks familiar. From time to time, I spot a wooden house in the distance, no doubt belonging to a woodcutter or a foolhardy hunter. Although enchanting in their beauty, our forests are no safe place to live in.
Ah, that is so much better. Fresh air, no anti-demon seals.
What the hell? Startled, I look around, but see nothing out of the ordinary. Rose isn't perturbed by the voice at all. She looks surprised by my sudden movement, but otherwise doesn't seem to be aware of anything.
Hello? Don't be shy.
What? I am forced to conclude that the voice is coming from within my head. Who or what are you?
I do not know what I am. Maybe I'm you?
With that obviously male voice, I highly doubt it. Of course, as your alter ego, I have taken the form of everything you're not.
No wonder you don't have any friends. Apart from those who stab you or chop off your head.
You're not even half as naughty as you could become, and already these humans turn against you. But what am I saying? Is this compassion I feel? No, it can't be. I notice my amulet is glowing suspiciously. Maybe that's where the voice is coming from. Anyhow, Rose still doesn't seem to hear it.
That prison was a horrendous place to talk. So much interference, so many distractions. They built it that way on purpose, so friends like you and I couldn't catch up.
Friends? We're friends? Really? Yes, just you and me.
You are my only friend in the world. In either of them. Clearly I have no friends in Inferno, and the humans would just chase me with their farming tools. Not that it would serve them, but the hostility hurts.
Whoa, wait. Back up a minute. Two worlds? What are you talking about, boy? There is another world parallel to your own. The world that demons come from. Well, they don't exactly come out on their own, but... Are you not versed in this matter? She is silly. Oh, she is so silly. Why did she leave me this? I've heard of Inferno, but you confused me when there with the two worlds. Easily distracted. This is not so bad. It might suit me. Who are you talking to? You sound like there's another person next to you. Myself. Have some patience. Well, could you clarify who you are exactly? Yes. I suppose introductions are in order.
First off, I know who you are. I've read all about you.
What? Where have you read about me?
I have all these letters, you see.
The woman named Orchid wrote me everything she knew about your world. Well, everything relevant. Which for some reason includes strange details. For example, the color of your underwear. Nevertheless, I appreciate the information. What?
I lied. I figured this was something a human would find upsetting.
You asshole. But I kinda like it. I don't even wear underwear. How would I know? Well, I guess I shouldn't keep you in suspense.
You should already know my name. I'm certain she told you.
She did?
His name is going to be Ray's.
Ah. Rays? Yes, a fearsome name, is it not? It suits me somehow.
Now, I truly regret what happened to you. It was never part of anyone's plan for your life to fall apart, but things were out of control.
You were sentenced for something I have done. Something that had to happen. When a demon spawn is born, his mother has to die, because you see, he kinda has to rip her apart. Jesus Christ, really? That would kinda explain the secrecy. Like, not because she's just giving birth to a demon spawn, but because it's like, oh, it's gonna rip her head off, and people might kill it. Oh. She knew all of this, yet she still wished for a demon child. But things ended with a little prematurely. She falsely believed there would be more time. You were supposed to be there, to help me out and introduce me to the human world. She definitely didn't want you framed for her murder. Let's see. Choices don't really matter that much, I don't believe. So the baby it was you. Yes, Orchid sacrificed herself, all because of me. But I promise I'm worth it. Do you know why she did it, man? Maybe in her letters it said? Oh, she had very personal reasons. I'll explain this matter some other time. Now I have a more pressing concern.
Do you forgive me for getting you into all that trouble and the beheading? Oh, no, why would she ever forgive me?
Aw, well, I can't really blame you. I mean, technically Orchid brought you into this world, and if, you have to kind of rip her apart to get out, then, that's something she was probably preparing for. So, I don't think it's your fault. Orchid did it all. It's her choice. She wanted this, so I forgive you, buddy. You are a wonderful person. Quite naive. What I mean is, thank you. Don't let others abuse your kindness. In exchange for your forgiveness, I may name myself your infernal patron. How lucky for us both that we're bound to each other. Yeah, I guess. The voice is gone. It seems Rose has been telling me something on the way. She hasn't noticed that I wasn't listening.
So then the guards put you in a sack, and while they carry you God knows where, you grow back together and start moving on them.
Imagine their reaction. So then they changed route and brought me to jail? Yes, at least you're alive and you paid them back in shock. Who told you all of this? How do you know all this? It's my job to know things, whether some kittens like it or not. Your Lord Second is so funny. He says that we Scarswallers are all a bunch of hypocritical thieving bandits, doesn't he? I say your Lord and his goons are half-wits. Bandits can't make a living preying on each other. Where has that ever been? Let's see. I guess you have a few peasants around the city who are not thieves. We make our own town function, and we don't keep the most capable of our agents in a shithole. By the way, I have another order for you. You are not allowed to write any letters while you're out in this mission. Not to your parents, not to anybody. As you should know, your lord wants to keep this operation private. Do my parents even know I'm alive? Of course they do. Your lord is known to be honorable after all, isn't he? He would not let your family suffer needlessly. However, you shall not send word to your parents until you have officially regained your freedom. This was no Scarswaller's idea. But why am I to inform no one? Because of the royal family. Since you're a Demonheart, Lord Sigint has a duty to hand you over to the crown, yet he neglected to inform them of your existence. This is why you have to keep a low profile. I understand. That makes more sense. No need to piss off the kingdom and make things worse for me. We continue through the forest. Everything seems peaceful, but the soldier's trail can now be seen in the dirt, leading uphill. Whoa, here we go again. Feeling dizzy.
Merrily marching into a battlefield, are you? Do you picture yourself becoming a soldier?
It's difficult. I wouldn't be so delighted with watching some huge barbarian. I rather like you the way you are.
But what do they want from you?
This woman told me they need me because I'm immortal, apparently. Yes.
Everyone covets the immortal one. But for what purpose?
True. Somebody's immortal. Oh, you have to join our team. But for what reason?
To use you as an ever-dying sacrifice? To slaughter you and take your immortality for themselves?
He's speaking a lot of good concerns.
Trust no one but me.
He's speaking a lot of good concerns. Oh, great English, me. He's bringing up a lot of good points, I should say. Why should I trust you and only you? Don't you want to hurt me too? I am not one of them. Being a demon spawn, I cannot consume your power. I want you as an ally. Unlike the humans, I gain nothing from hurting you. That is why you should trust me. But as you wish, you'll decide in time. I am interested in an alliance, but on the other hand, I doubt you could truly impress me. I shall give you a small portion of my time to see what you'll make of your freedom. What kind of action would you find impressive? Gracious of you to ask. It's not that I expect much of you. Perhaps try not to die or get backstabbed, That sounds reasonable enough. At last, Rose and I reached the entrance to the military camp.
Well, here's where we part ways.
My job was to get you to the camp. Don't you love seeing all this rubbish the men leave behind? That means we've arrived. It was nice meeting you, even though you fucking stabbed me like a little bitch. Likewise. Have a good time. Sounds of battle are coming from up ahead. Men shouts, animal snarls, and dying squeals. Rose turns around and walks back into the forest, but I can still feel her eyes on me from a distance. I know she'll be watching me, just to make sure I won't be trying to escape. And we can expect the area. The ground is littered with worn equipment and rubbish. Some of it looks like wooden weapons for training. Simple tents have been raised throughout the camp for the soldiers to sleep in. There are enough tents to accommodate around 24 warriors, or maybe even more, if they are packed really tightly. I don't see any soldiers, though. That's weird. Battered training dummies and targets are set up at the entrance. Let's see, what else can we look at? On the left is a steep mountainside, and some rocks guard the camp from the right. The soldiers have built rows of wooden spikes to protect the passage. What else can we look at? Some of these can be a little bit awkward and hard to find, surprisingly, if I recall correctly. Where's the last one? Come on. Game, I don't have all day to do this. Seriously, game. I don't have all day to do this. Story, fine, we're done! Jesus, stupid game. I want to be thorough as possible, but no, you're like, no, we're just gonna hide this in a place where you can't find it. What should I do? Start looking for weapons. Let's defend ourselves, just in case. There are some weapons to be found lying on the grass, but they all seem to be in poor condition. The dagger Rose gave me is of much higher quality. I could definitely use a longer range weapon, though. As I try to decide between a shabby spear and a rather heavy long sword, a familiar figure approaches me. I remember he was a good friend of Mark's, so it doesn't surprise me to find Jasper here.
Hello, Bright. I was just going to fetch some healing salve.
He points at the poorly bandaged wound on his leg. Oh, look, an injured fool. He's lucky he's not dead. Don't speak like that. Jasper's a good fighter, I think. Yes, you can see how good he is at bleeding. Orchid is the first who comes to mind when it comes to healing injuries. Well, I could be nice to him. Yeah, let's be mean to him. Who are you again? That cocksucker's traitor's friend? If you mean Mark, I'm Jasper. Don't you remember me? You said that on purpose, didn't you? Genius.
We're winning this battle. You stay out of trouble. Talk to Mark when it's all over, okay?
Do we have enough men? Well, you never know. A scout of ours died recently, and 3 of us here got wounded. Jesper glances around to make sure no one is listening, then whispers to me. Those 2 madmen from Scarswell are an asset in battle, though. Madmen? He just shakes his head nervously. How is Mark, by the way? How's that fucking bastard doing? Last time I checked, he was. I just nod. There's something else you should know before you talk to Mark. After he wound up in jail, he got engaged to that guard girl, Flora. Oh shit, I screwed it up. I mentioned that before. Whoops. I forgot this is where they mentioned he got engaged. I thought, did he not mention that in jail? Did I really just spoil the plot earlier? Whoops. I swear he did. I swear he mentioned it. My apologies, viewer. I thought this was mentioned earlier, but I think this is where he actually mentions it now. Whoops! My apologies, viewer. My apologies. Spoiling the story before we get to it. Flora. How do I feel about this? Flora? He never even liked her! Well, it's not like he had the whole town to pick from. It was about status, I believe. He gives me an uncomfortable look. Well, take care. Of course it was a status. Of freaking course. Moving on between the tents and crates, I run into an old man stumbling out of his bed. The old man is clutching a long bow. He is thin but wiry, and he appears nervous about the sounds of battle up ahead, now fading.
Why didn't they wake me? Those boys, they don't understand the significance of a single soldier.
Seeing me empty-handed, the old man bends down to grab another bow and a quiver of arrows from his tent and tosses them to me. Cries of victory come from the distance. It seems our men have already slain the beasts that were attacking them.
Oh well. Good morning, child. Name's Fisher.
You just hand me a bunch of weapons and then now you introduce yourself? Are you the one they sent us? For the mission they refused to speak of, yes? I guess so? No worries. It's none of my business, truly, but I can't help feeling concerned. If anyone gives you trouble, come talk to me and we'll try to calm them down, okay? Okay. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Things aren't always pretty up here.
Some of these men, well, there are more goats than men. If you got business with them, you better make it quick. What is a goat? It's a 4-legged domestic animal, buddy. I could be an ass and say it's you, Demon Boy, but let's be nice. Ray's laughs. So kind of you to explain. Does that mean you know what it was, but asshole? Then why'd you ask me stupid questions? Don't waste my time. Holding onto the bow he gave me, I part ways with the old man to examine the battlefield. Everything is calm now. It should be safe to proceed. The wooden barricade on the north side of the camp is stained with blood, and along it lies the corpses of dark, hollow-like beasts. Rocks protect the camp for the east, and there is a passage between them leading further into the forest, with 2 guards stationed there. A few warriors are examining the corpses. Others are cleaning their weapons or tending to their wounds. Mark stands among them. It would seem he's been put in charge of this outpost. It doesn't take him long to spot me. He doesn't look too well. It looks like he's not quite enjoying the soldier's life.
I imagine you're glad to be walking free.
Because of you, I am forced to command this outpost as a mere recruit with no prestige. He did nothing to help me attain my title, yet the Lord still needs someone to do all his work. So what better way to pile all the responsibilities on a nameless guard? And this is kind of where not helping him kind of changed the dialogue right here. I think, if I recall correctly, he still kind of bitches and moans that he has a good status, but still has to do like soldiers' dirty work instead of knight's work. And he's still like a little pissed. But I like this version better because, you know, fuck Mark. You wanted a title without duties. This is what you get, asshole. You and Orchid didn't really get along, did you? Still, it was kind of ungrateful how you backstabbed her. I didn't, and you know it, asshole. He sighs and examines me for a moment. I am a little worried about having you on the battlefront, but at least I know you're used to seeing blood and corpses. Corpses? I mean Orchid, of course. Ah, fuck you. Spit it out, what do you want? If luck serves us, you could help us end this war quickly. Yes, and how is that possible? These beasts surround us. Their attacks are no coincidence. The wargs have always plagued this forest, but never attacked us in such an organized manner, until the witch Rivera possessed them.
Did Orchid ever tell you about Rivera?
More than a decade ago, when her teacher Alonda died, Rivera retreated from Scarswell into these woods. It is said she lives in an old ruin therein. I don't know that name, but I've heard of the old witch of Scarswell, Alonda. I suppose I've heard of Rivera's teacher, Alonda. Her death drove Rivera to escape his civilization. Rivera does not cooperate with people. Her interests are her own. Sadly, it seems terrorizing feline is her latest interest. She appears to have an endless supply of these beasts. They don't give us rest, so I must undertake a mission to assassinate the witch in her lair. Well, you are the one who has to do it. What? I couldn't assassinate a squirrel, and you freaking know it, Mark. If this matter goes well, you won't have to do much. You are meant to be there as a backup. 2 of our best warriors will accompany you and attempt to defeat the witch first. That night will also be coming. If you die, the witch will not be expecting an immortal, so you will have the element of surprise. If you die, such a lovely plan for their part, don't you think? I already hate it, honestly. It sucks. But there's also that other thing. Which knight is Mark referring to? Who is the knight that you speak of? Did someone else acquire your revered title? That was an evil comment. But I don't regret saying it. Gloat all you want. It's not what you think. This man is a Scarswell knight. What's the catch? I personally would not pick a knight of Scarswell for a travel companion, but my fears are unfounded. Yes, they must be. However notorious they may be, the Knights of Scarswell are disciplined when issued an order. Our alliance is important to Lord Mace, so I doubt his knights would risk the mission for the sake of their wicked entertainment. Fine, I'll try not to get myself killed by your ally. You should meet Sir Brash right away. You can't miss the knight at all. Tall, blonde man with a white cloak, a badly scarred face. A badly scarred face. Ooh, that was hard to say for some reason. Ask him to come see me before you depart. Sir Jarlarn of Scarswell is also here somewhere. Mark looks around, but can't seem to find them. I'll go look for Sir Brash since you clearly can't, sir. Bright, I don't want you to die, even if you are immortal. Oh, now you don't? We may have had disagreements, but I can't help but remember how we were together. Don't remind me. Ugh. How I wish I could tell you to make you run for it, but the lives of my many are at stake. Aw, I love you too. Now fuck off already. With that, I leave him and decide it's time to start looking for this Knight of Scarswell. I suppose he will be the leader of our expedition. His title is greater than Mark's, and Mark isn't even coming. So I will try looking. And so we can start looking around stuff. Let's look near the barricade. None of the men here fit the description. Tall, blonde, scarred face. Our soldiers are wearing green clothes and bronze-colored armor. The colors of Scarswell are supposed to be dark blue and white. Next, I look around the training dummies. There are some boys and men without proper equipment here. None of them seem as tough as I suppose a Scarswell knight should be. They say Scarswell have 7 knights, and they are the best fighting men in the south of Shirmire. Too bad that their master is called the Tyrant Lord, and they do his every bidding. Next I look by the cooking pot. Some hungry men are gathered here. Among them, I recognize Fisher, but I don't see anyone else of interest. Fisher, can you point me to Sir Barash, perchance? Fisher takes a look around. Don't see him anywhere, and I still have pretty sharp eyesight. I don't know why you need to talk to him, but be careful of the Scarswell Knights. As for fighting them, you'll know when you see the white cloaks. Alright, fair enough. For Mark to talk to him, 'cause why not?
Is something troubling you?
No, but I'm back to being as free as a bird. He shakes his head. I truly hate it, but I have to remind you of your duty. Yeah, once it's done, I'm running the fuck out of here. Oh, I can keep talking to Mark? I did not know that.
Is something troubling you?
Sweet. I did not know you could keep talking to him. I thought you had to keep going. But this works just fine. Because we could tell him he's an idiot! And do you even know that? He looks away and doesn't say anything else. Hehe. Alright, last but not least, in the forest east of the camp. It might not be wise to go out there alone, but no one is trying to stop me. And listen to this music. If you're actually familiar with my other LPs, this music should sound a bit familiar. This is also featured in Who is Mike? Yes, that's kind of the problem with royalty-free music. That's free for anybody to use in their stuff. A lot of people tend to use the exact same music over and over again in their games. So I thought it was kind of interesting when I first heard this. I'm like, wait, isn't this the exact same music as Who is Mike? I swear to God, I've heard it before. And sure enough, it is. But anyway, enough of that little tidbit there. The forest here is thick, with lots of undergrowth for the wards to make an ambush. Soon enough, I spot some human figures gathered by a tree. Two of them are men in white cloaks. They must be the knights Lord Mace sent us to help. They only seem... Oh crap, I accidentally clicked that before reading that. Good job, me. I overhear what they're saying as I approach, and I see Flora in the distance.
Ye stole it, didn't ye?
You know what we do to thieving wenches in Scarswell?
What?
Them dungeons be filled with screams.
I didn't steal anything, and you know it. This is my father's bow.
That's a wench doing with the weapon. Don't pretend you can't use it. You can use it. What do you think I'm doing? Parodying a stolen bow on a battlefield. Do you think I would be here if I wasn't a trained archer? Trained? For what? Can you defend yourself if it'd take that puny bow from me? Get away from me! The midget knight pulls the weapon from Flora's hands. Trained me ours, hi hi hi. So what exactly is the difference between having him take your bow and letting an enemy do it? You feline soldiers are useless. Give it back, sir. I need it to defend the camp. We could lose men. The blonde knight laughs. And you'll be saving your men with this? I likes me this bow. Might use it for me campfire tonight. I'll report you. You can't come here and sabotage our warriors. You know what we could roast on that fire? Eh?
I saw a white fawn around here. Seems friendly.
Snowflake? No!
How clever we are.
She even gave the little steak a name.
Run along then. Report us to your boyfriend. I'll go catch our lunch. No, please! Snowflake on a stick coming up. The blonde knight turns and look for the fawn, but finds me standing there instead. His face is full of scars. Most notably, there's a deep dark scar across his left eye, and the eyeball is completely black.
Now, what do we have here?
By the hell, if it ain't another wench soldier.
Bright, have you come to gloat on my misery? Or are you here to steal some weapons and pretend to fight too? Nah, this one's not a soldier. It's my evil little pussy. You said it. Not me. Sure, they say she killed that witch, but can you tell? Ha! Just look at her. Well, looks can be deceiving. And you must be my dirty criminal of a knight, so we say. Cleaner than a fucking cat from prison. Oi, another one come to put up a fight? We'll get that dirty mouth of yours soon enough. Jarlin, I have things to talk with this girl. Seems you have to take that deer down yourself. You can use the bow. Shouldn't be too difficult.
What? If you touch Snowflake, I swear I will start a rebellion. The two of you will be executed, and there will be a war between Feline and Scarswall.
The knights burst into mad laughter.
You sure you want that?
Well, Bright Girl, do you want a war with Scarswall?
What Flora is saying is crazy. Even if she could manage to start a war, why would we want that? Scarswall has a powerful army capable of defending the kingdom's whole southern border. All this over a piece of wood and a baby deer. So, you two gonna start fighting us? Har har! 2 feline pussies against 2 Scarswall knights! God, these, pussy comments. Give me armor and weapons like yours and I'll fight you both. Should be too difficult. Ask your lord to give them to you. That armor isn't even yours, is it? What's the matter? Sigurd doesn't have any good equipment in his whole city? Village. Feline is a little village. Nice wenches, though. So you two are hellbound on getting all your people killed? Flora really can't do anything. The rest of our people aren't dumb enough to attack you, so do whatever you want with her stupid fawn. The midget knight snickers to himself and walks up with Flora's bow. She runs after him.
Seems you're not half stupid, kitty girl.
Even though I just told you I would kick your ass, but whatever. Everyone with a brain is afraid of us, so why should you get on our bad side for the sake of your boyfriend's new wench? Technically I hate them both. They can go to hell for all I care. Good. So how was the muffin? You didn't seriously believe I would eat that, did you? Where's your gratitude, convict girls? Don't know why he said girls as in plural, not singular, but okay. Baka!
I recall that wimpy cat soldier wanted to talk to me. What was his name? Target practice?
Yes, it was.
I think he's concerned I'll do something to you once we're out of here.
I rather thought it was about the mission itself. Ever gone in bed with that loser? I heard he used to be engaged. I don't have anything to do with Mark anymore, so don't bring it up. And I'm going to keep my bed life a secret from the whole world, because nobody needs to know about it. Especially you, buddy. He cocks an eyebrow above his olive eye and studies me with distrust. I'll know from the way he looks at you. Think I'll go see what that wuss wants. I need to be there as well. Yeah, come here. Don't wander off. Mark looks a little distracted. He doesn't seem to notice when we approach him.
Ah, target practice. There you are.
Zabrash.
Laura just told me that you sirs think of women fighting and how you tend to remedy the situation. What? Don't bring girls to a men's camp unless they can hold their own. The wolves won't be half as considerate. On the subject of wolves, where were you during the previous battle? taking a piss. Excuse me? Your secondary girlfriend wandered off in the wrong direction when the battle started. We wanted to send her back to you, but then Darling decided to teach her a lesson. She got lucky that the bow caught his attention. If she were prettier than a fucking piece of wood, things would have gone worse. So the rumors of a rapist knights are true. You aren't even trying to cover it up. I believe Flora of duty for as long as you and any of your friends are staying here. Fine by me. This girl here is better. He leers at me with his mismatched eyes. The black eye. Does he still see with it?
Bright, I'm terribly sorry that you still have to participate.
The future of our hometown is at stake. Sir, if knighthood or morals or peace of mind mean anything to you, I would beg you to treat Bright with respect. Mark, this is humiliating. Shut up. Of course I'll be nice to her. He's leering at my breasts. And we're gonna try to ignore him. You know, I do have big tatas, but you know. And of course men are going to be naturally looking at them, can't help it. Mark is watching in disbelief. The knight catches me around the waist and pulls me close. His grip is overly forceful, making me cry involuntarily. He breathes against my neck. She's a squishy one, the poor thing.
Should have kept her out of trouble, soldier. If she were mine, she'd never go to jail.
What? What are you talking about? Get off me! Mark is shaking with suppressed anger. Please, sir, I need you to behave reasonably. Alright, but only since you're begging so humbly. He lets me go. I hope you intend to obey Lord Second's orders to the letter, sir. Bright is meant to be your backup. I certainly hope you have a better tactics up your sleeve than to send her into combat. You're a fucking army commander, and you haven't taught your girlfriend how to fight? I'd be ashamed. You heard what I said about Lord Second... Oh, that's Mark. You heard what I said about Lord Second's orders, haven't you? I don't care what Lord Second ordered you. I've got enough orders already. I'll do whatever the hell I have to. Getting rid of the witch is the only thing you have to do. You don't have to use Bright. You think I'm having fun in this role? A fucking heartless Scarswell scum, drawing pleasure from dragging little girls around and getting them killed? Is that what you think? I'm glad you're not that way, sir. Do what you can. As soon as you and the men are ready, then. Bright, who will be part of Sir Brash's expedition. Sir Brash is the only one from Scarswell who will still be there. Lord Mace wanted to watch over the operation since he sent us to help. You need to learn gratitude, you wuss. I hope to see you back soon, sir. That is, you may gather the men and leave. Yeah, good riddance, target practice. Mark walks away, leaving me alone with Sir Brash.
That shithead wanted you with basic combat training. He didn't have the time to show you that, right?
Who am I kidding? That woman probably doesn't even know enough to teach. That's why all of your soldiers are pussies. Well, I've watched Mark train. That's enough, right? No, it isn't. That's not enough. If he has any kind of a damn soldier, he would have taught you better. Girls need to know self-defense too when there's no one to protect them. I don't need anyone to protect me. I'm capable enough as it is. Not that it matters for shit now. You couldn't do anything to that witch either, so training you would be a waste of my time. Hey, come on now. Well, I can't really go back on my word that I just said. I don't need anyone protecting me. But how do we kill the witch? That's what I want to know. What's the plan? If anyone kills the witch, it will have to be me. You're just going to become someone you have to do. You're just going because someone said you have to. Have you seen her dogs? Think you could ever stand a chance against the master of those things? Think again, and shut up or I'll put you in a sack. Been there, done that. Sack, eh? Good idea. Practical. I likes it. When did this midget sneak up on us? Did those shitheads know we're leaving? Tell them to come here. They don't need a pack. I am not your little squire. The midget knight starts yelling at a nearby guard. Yee, asshead! Tell them the other shits to come and see Brash. The guard rides off into the camp. I stay behind with 2 Scarswell knights. Sir Brash appears deep in thought, frowning. Sir Jarlan is squinting at me, then glancing at Brash, then watching me again.
Everyone is being so nice to you, aren't they?
Nice is subjective. They are probably just pissed off by nature. I find these lackeys rather despicable. You have to pretend to be on their side while it suits you. And then... Halt al Camille. Halt el Camille? Well, I don't think that's what you actually meant. I think you just meant this. Slowly and surely, I'm putting it all together. Halt el Camille is kill them all. Yes, I see my demon tongue is not wasted on you. I hate deciphering these words. Would it cost you to speak, maybe, plainly? At your service, dear. No more demon speech. Well, for the most part, we are not pretending to be the soldier's side. We do have to stop the witch, otherwise everybody could be fucked in the long run, which could also affect me, so we gotta do it. There are higher goals you could reach. I see so much more potential in you than they do. But the monkeys are watching you as we speak. Entertain them or walk away. I won't distract you any longer. Should I speak with the knights? Sure, let's speak with Sir Jarlan.
Girlie?
Why weren't you there during the battle? I must have killed me about 20 of them beasts since we arrived, but they spawn like rabbits and they're smarter than they used to be. Which messed with their minds. We fought for a while, but then Jarlan decided to protect that spot where you found us, and he needed help. Protect it? Sure. You're a great protector, sir. You should come protect some of my dear friends of Feline sometime. So the way the words were... Let's go with protective for sure. Sir Jarlan sorts like a pig. Are you and Sir Brash best friends? Nay, he's my little foster daughter. Good answer. I like it. What's it like to be a Scarswell knight? Ask Brashy. He's dying to talk to ye. Sir Brash rolls his olive eye. Yeah, maybe I'll tell her about the comforts of the palace while she runs from wolves in the fucking wilderness. Stop this bullshit, girl. You're not here to talk to Jarlan. You're not here to talk at all. Too bad. I want to talk to Sir Jarlan. Har, you got a back talker here, spoiled brat. I see that's your type. Shut up. Don't you know what else I tell you, girlie? Sir Jarlan, the meaning of your name escapes me. I don't have a meaning, and you watch it, girlie. I don't want to hear your suggestions. Jarlan's mom fancy northern names. At least she didn't name him something bad like Piss. Remember that wench. Har, har, har. She has cleaner than we'd expected. Not pissed or anything. Wait, she did get pissed when Brash... Shut up, she's not one of our pals. You're right. I'll allow a woman to talk for too long, and ye see what happens. Well, that's all we could get from Jarlan for now, so... Let's talk to Sir Brash.
Nice forest, huh?
Really? We're talking about the forest, huh? Your friend Rose said the same, before she stabbed me. What? I hope she wasn't serious. Oh no, she was quite nonchalant about it. Or, no, actually, let's go with this one. You think stabbing someone with a knife can be casual? I'm hoping she only did it as a test, and not because she thought you a threat.
Don't try anything hasty with those pretty legs of yours, or I'll find you and break them to be sure.
There will be no need. We do have to stop the
Also,
witch.
try to be smart and don't go around telling what you are. I mean your fancy immortality thing.
All of these nice men would start fighting to tear you apart. Believe me, I've seen people die for less. I will not speak of this, sir. Sir Brash grunts to start ignoring me. So, how about combat training? Ahaha. How about no, you fucking brat? Why? I could certainly teach you something, being that you know nothing at all. But will that save your life in a real fight? Not unless you're fighting a crippled rat. What do you really want me to show you? My bed? It seems more like an area where you'll succeed. You can go to hell. With you around, seems like I'm already in it. Ouch! 3 feline warriors approach us. There is a disturbed-looking young man with the long black hair. I think I heard his name is Toons. He whispers something to Sir Brash, who just glares into the distance. Then comes Jasper. His leg is no longer in bandages. It seems he had a supply of Orchid's healing cells lying around. Finally, there comes the old man Fisher. He doesn't approach Sir Brash directly, but stands next to me instead.
So, you are the soldiers Lord's second assigned for this mission.
Yes, sir. It will be an honor to serve beside you.
Cut
the crap. Oh, he fucking says it. It's the last time I'm going to say this.
Go home, or go to Scarswall, or Ravage if you're scared of getting caught. I only need the girl.
We're sorry, sir, but we've taken orders from Lord Second. You're not up to the task. You'll die for nothing. Our lord did not think so.
Your lord is a...
Fine. I don't give a rat's ass if you all die. Just seems a pity to lose men for nothing. But you're not my man. Pretty harsh. Pretty brash of him, wouldn't you say? Ha, ha, ha. Oh, that was horrible. Kitty girl. Seems we won't be having our privacy after all. Why don't you let me go home and you guys can fight the witch instead? You mean back to prison? Because you're special. All these no-good bastards together are not worth one of you.
Sir, a word if I may.
What are you doing here, you old wreck?
I wish to volunteer for the mission. Denied. Have you not heard me telling these idiots off? What makes you think I need you? Getting to the witch is more important than defending this camp. You're insignificant. The witch will crush you like a fly. Here, you might be able to make a difference with your pussy-ass ranged weapons. On the road, you just slow us down, or die alone, when we leave you behind.
I could still pull my own weight, sir. I beg your permission to come with you. I can't let the girl go alone.
Alone? She'll be with me, fool.
Let's see. Honestly, it doesn't matter which one you choose, honestly, so let's just stay quiet. Doesn't make a difference. You'll be commanding the men in... Oh, it's Fisher talking. You'll be commanding the men in fighting. Please, she is a tender child. She needs the support. I don't give a damn what she needs. Get out of my sight, old man, or you won't be alive to tell anyone. Are you over here, soldier, calling out to Mark? Hey, Mark, the stew's gotten cold. You're the only one who hasn't eaten.
You have just enough poison for this stew, don't you?
You knew about the poison? It makes you nervous, doesn't it? I have seen you running your delicate fingers over the tiny bottle when no one else was watching.
Poison him. You never have to return.
I head towards the pot, while Mark isn't looking.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Let's be honest. Let's be totally honest with him. I want to poison Mark's stew. Oh, go ahead. You really don't mind? If you keep standing idle, I'm dragging you out of here. If you're gonna do it already. And so we're given 2 choices. When no one is looking, I empty the vial into the pot with leftover stew, or suddenly this feels wrong. I empty my poison vial on the ground. Let's drop it onto the ground. No! I was so close. Nah, never mind. Close to what, you pervert? To think you might be competent. Soldiers, we're heading out.
Girl, you've got a bow? Good. Don't drop it.
And don't pee yourself when we get attacked. You stay back and let us do the real fighting. Yes, sir.
I wish us all good luck on our mission.
Fool. Sir Brush grabs my arm and makes me walk with him. Jesper and Toons hurry after us. And so we're heading on into the forest. We head out north through the open forest. I just literally said that, okay. There isn't much shelter to be found, but Sir Brush says that that's a good thing. It probably means the wargs can't make an ambush. Toons doesn't seem to take any comfort in that, and he aims at his bow in every little bush we pass. Sir Brush says he's traveled this road many times, and he knows the way. My townsmen are not so certain, but they mention that they have been to a lookout tower further north. As time goes by and I follow the soldiers, every now and then I hear something moving in the bushes behind us, or twigs snapping. Toons turns to me as disturbed looking as ever.
The demon girl is upset. What troubles your black heart?
My black heart? Cut it out, dog. Don't hound her with demon talk. Don't you see the girl's frightened enough just by being in a simple forest? The Black Knight. Why would you defend each other? Watch the shit that comes out of your dumb mouth. I'm a white knight, if anything. Yeah, you look more blue to me, but... tomato, tomato. Toons doesn't say anything else and resumes walking further away from us. Jesper slows down his pace and turns to look at me.
Right. This whole issue has been tormenting me for a while.
Oh, and if you do poison Mark, he will have a little bit of extra dialogue, but... Orchid was murdered and everybody was blaming you. I didn't know you that well, but to think that you could murder Orchid was just... be outrageous. How could anyone believe that?
What really happened?
Did you snuggle her to death?
I left her alive and well that night. I don't know what happened afterwards.
Right. So it wasn't you?
I'm convinced she's telling the truth, sir. Let's see. No, I'm a fucking lunatic and I've done everything they claim and for reasons completely unknown to me. I'm sure they invented a good reason. The mob would have turned on their lord if there wasn't someone else to blame. So tough luck if you didn't do it. The knight shrugs. Good witches die. Mace had one killed, and you don't want to know how much the poor thing helped him back in the day. I've heard tales of the old witch of Scarswell. She didn't sound so nice. What the hell do you know? If old Alonda was tricky, Rivera is an archdemon.
Most witches are such scum. I'd rather see them all die just to avoid the confusion.
Jesus, someone feels hatred towards them. You're allowed to say that? I was executed over a witch's death and I'm not even guilty, dude.
You were executed? Is that true?
Haven't I warned you to keep your mouth shut, girl? I thought you were watching with the rest of them. I wasn't there. I heard something of the sort, but I thought it was obviously wrong when Mark said you were coming to the camp. Her being alive was supposed to be a secret. The girl has a special power, and that's why she's here with us. Toons knew all this all along. You were right. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Yes, now mind the beast, the one's not walking beside us. Good idea. You and that madman scout ahead. Yes, sir. The two feline soldiers obey the knight and cautiously proceed through the forest. Sir Brush turns to me with a condescending look.
I was told that not many kittens know who you are. Guess that was wrong.
I shouldn't be surprised after all, since Feline is a little kitty city with 10 common folk and 2 wimp recruits protecting them. A lot of people watched my execution. I'm surprised more of them didn't recognize me. Most of them just came to see a blood, and that's all they care to remember.
What's with that stare? Something left unclear?
Well, yes. I have some questions of you at the time. Ask away, kitten. Why did you make that scene in front of Mark?
Because he's a fucking wimp who couldn't do a thing about it.
Good answer, actually. Very good answer. I have expected the Woods to challenge me to a duel or something, but he's not that stupid. Was that a reason to taunt him? I fucking felt like it. Did I inconvenience you? You almost crushed my ribs, you insistent monster. He examines my side. You are all so frail. A girl straight out of prison. Your boyfriend and your lord are asshole champions. They could have sent a few more soldiers, so why me? Because your boyfriend and his men are hypocritical cowards and your lord hates feeding prisoners. Actually, they fed me enough, even though they didn't have to, considering my sentence. Seems stupid, alright, but he must have known you'd be useful to him one day. Your townsmen are pussies, period. Got more questions? Yeah. What happened to your eye, buddy? He looks down at me. I'm finally certain that his black eye can see me too.
An axe happened.
An axe? Who wielded it? You don't want to know, believe me. Why wouldn't I? You won't like it. Tell me, I want to know, goddammit! Alright, it happened a long time ago when I wasn't a knight yet. Really? I didn't think an eye could stay black for so long. Yeah, turns out it can. It was a damned woodcutter taking revenge for something I'd just done to him. I'd fallen asleep against a tree, then an axe in the face woke me. Not nice. What did you do to him? It had to do with some wench who lived there. Probably his daughter. She wasn't worth the axe in the face. What kind of a woodcutter was that to leave you alive? The kind who wanted to ruin my face and die. Fuck me if I know. You killed him even with a wounded head? Yeah, he was used to fighting trees, not people. Men who've been in real fights learn to keep at it with all their strength or die. Got more questions? Yes, one more. What am I supposed to do when we reach the witch's lair?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Why not now? I'm not the one who picked you to go with me, girl. I've been through the cursed forest alone. I don't need anyone. As for the witch, honestly, anything that can kill me will kill you, too. And this will fucking make sure of it. But they say you have to go. Tough luck, sweetheart. Who says I have to go? I don't know. Your lord, some other kittens. Seriously, you actually don't know who is forcing me to stay? I do. I just don't think telling you will fucking help. And I'm supposed to go along carelessly knowing that even our leader has such a dark outlook on this? Not carelessly. Take care not to get in my way. Let's follow those fools. Alright, fine.
Sir, I used to know this man who was courting your sister.
Courting? I doubt it. More likely it was one of those assholes who beat her. She got a talent for finding them. He didn't strike me as that kind. No, are you sure? She gets into that kind of crap all the time, the cheap wench, and then she comes crying to me. She doesn't want them in prison, but beaten up. Go figure. Then perhaps you could find a better man in feline, sir. And ruin his life? That's not such a bad idea. I'll tell her that. So, if you remember in the first chapter, there was a girl named Chance who said had a brother, and she would send him to beat people up. And he just so happens that she calls on him, his sister calls on him to beat them up. So let's ask, is your sister a tall, ugly wench who swears like you, and she applied for work in Orchid's shop, perchance? Wait, what? First of all, don't call my sister ugly. Alright, I don't give a damn. She's surely not as pretty as you. But did she try to work for a witch? I'll fucking beat her up if she did. Just proper upbreaking. She changed her mind later. What the hell was she thinking? Let's see. At first she thought Orchid was a crazy demon worshipper, but she was. That's great. Ignore all of my advice, only telling her what I already told her. All witches are crazy. Yeah, sounds pretty good. A sound from the nearby bushes startles me. Sir Brash draws his sword and starts moving closer to whatever made the sound. He charges at the bush and swings the sword. Just then, a human voice stops him.
Wait, sir. It's me.
You followed us after all. What are you trying to accomplish?
Red-faced dude. I'm sorry, sir, but I couldn't stay behind and wait. Fine. You want to join us and die? So be it. If I'm ever forced to choose, you'll be the first sacrifice. I made it clear you're not welcome on this mission, and I'll deal with whatever the fuck happens to you. Does this mean I have the permission to follow you? Thank you, sir. I give Fisher a welcoming smile. Fisher nods, smiling back at me, but seems worried with the Scarswell Knight's behavior, so he doesn't speak. We catch up to the others fairly quickly. They don't seem to be surprised by Fisher following us.
At last, he emerges.
It's good to have you with us, Mr. Fisher.
I'm glad to be here.
Aw, everybody has such nice respect for Fisher. Except for Brash, he seems to wants him to go fuck himself. We keep on walking in silence. The way is clear with no beasts in sight. Jasper seems in a better mood since Fisher joined us. Toons is indifferent, and Sir Brash seems to be holding a grudge. Here we go again.
The old man is suspicious, and the barbarian is obnoxious.
Well, I don't know about the old man, but the barbarian, you are right, he's obnoxious. Oh, hello, dear. Ah, I forgot my manners. Hello there, my sweet. I can't help but wonder about these men you're walking with.
I know you have to pretend, but you can tell me the truth. Which one do you trust?
Fisher seems like a decent soldier. Decent soldier? Maybe. His experience has kept him alive so far. I'll give him that. He seems to care about me. I mean, as a child or something. But you are not his child. Why would he care? Is he a fool? I wouldn't trust any of them if I were you, but you are free to make your own judgment. As we come across a small clearing surrounded with rocks, the knights signal us to stop.
Here's a good place to set up camp for the night. We should use it. Still got a long way to go.
The men obey without much hassle. They seem tired from walking. I don't feel so tired physically, but my head... The day has been rather eventful, starting with that Scarswell agent releasing me from prison and then stabbing me in the arm. The demon spawn sending me his twisted thoughts, and his amulet glowing warm at my neck. Coming face to face with the traitor Mark once more. Meeting with Scarswell Knights? Flora may be a bitch, but I'm sure she didn't do anything to provoke the Knights. How safe am I with Sir Brash, really? I'm supposed to help the man kill the evil witch, but how? Nothing is clear yet, except that I am out here, among people again. But they are strangers, even if some of them pretend to be my friends. I feel like the only one I can trust is this voice coming from the amulet that keeps me warm in this heat. Orchid's sun. I clutch my amulet with both hands and close my eyes. It's the only way I can relax around these strangers. And with that, we end Chapter 2. And next time, on a brand new episode, we'll be starting off with Chapter 3, Deception. Until then, I am Tara the Fox, you are the viewer, and I hope to see you next time.